that joint effort. We'll require 2 attorneys to assist with that, and we're also asking for additional manpower to help with the growing workload of dealing with the blight effort. Our blight, quote, strike team goes out, tries to help identify and take to court those blighted properties that people in our community are complaining that nothing's being done about. Well, we're trying to get them in court as quickly as we can, but we've got to have the resources, the manpower, the bodies to be able to do that. It is our request then that the council approve adding to our complement 2 additional lawyers to work with the gun crime and gang injunction group collective, and an additional lawyer to work with our blight mitigation effort.
Thank you. Mr. Berlin Boyd and Shea Flynn.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My question is, so the addition of these new attorneys, will we be budget neutral?
No. This is a request for an additional complement of manpower, and we're going to, in our budget, our 2016 budget, we're going to ask for funding to fund these added positions.
Can you share with me where the funding will come from?
Well, in the wisdom of the council, hopefully we would find some funding. Arguably, we can get it from money that's raised by the $1 billion or so that we've recovered.
You just asked for that 1.3 to go to a building.
Arguably, we can get it from the money. We've been on our own resources. We've brought in about $1 million extra in recovery of unpaid traffic tickets and fines. That's money that comes in. It goes straight to the general fund. It could come from some of that money.
I think you guys. Let me say this. I like your efforts. I think that's plausible. However, it's just like we should name the day the official David Copperfield Day, because you guys are wiping out wands and just asking for dollar amounts like we just have endless budget. And I say that sparingly because the implication hurt me as a council member. Because when the media gets this, they print and they put it out on airways that we just approved $1.3 million for this project, $1 million for this project. Now we want to add 3 additional staff members. And so that reflects upon me as you guys are doing whatever, but then they hear we short on police officers or we can't approve certain things. So I'm just saying, give me some cover on where the money's coming from and how you guys are going to pay for additional staff.
If I may speak to that directly. If this action is approved at this time, we basically are looking at funding a month's worth, salaries made in June and part of that. We have enough in lapse time savings, that is savings from vacant positions, to get us through to the end of this fiscal year without asking for additional dollars.
So you'll be budget neutral. That's what
We'll be budget neutral for this year. Now, for next year, we would need additional funds, and that will be in the request. Some of those, the sources, though, will go back to the additional collections that we're making on parking tickets and the like. We look year over year, and I'm sure we'll get into this more in the budget. You'll see a tremendous increase in the amount of monies that we're able to collect because of our collection efforts on parking tickets that are 60 days or more older. So we actually have revenue streams for that, and we hope to, through the blight effort, begin to generate revenues from collection from some of these deadbeat property owners as they pay the fines and fees that the court are enforcing that are due to the city. We've got a tremendous upside opportunity for collections on some of these blighted properties when we get them supposed to even begin to pay us.
Well, let me just end like this. You just said you have enough to cover 2 months of salaries. My daddy always told me if I can't afford something, don't buy it or don't do it. So my suggestion, I'm gonna go with old school wisdom. If you can't afford it, don't do it. Because to me, speculation on blighted properties, speculation on parking tickets, I think we got to be creative. We need to come with recommendations, suggestions of how to increase revenue. But the only thing we get is how ways to spend revenue. And that's all I'm saying is just, if we're going to spend it, let's increase our revenue so we can have it to spend. I'm done. Thank you.
Mr. Flynn, Ms. Fully Love, Mr. Boyd, and Mr. Hedgepeth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.